Iceland. Montgomery on the first. Oh dear, dear, dear. Seen that look before. No, there's too many cameras out there today. That's wet. Now, can he finish well? One of those days for Colin. Hello, what's this? A new foil pack? A fresher Kit Kat? Delicious. Monty.
Baby, you know that it's true. I can see it when I look at you.
Hello, Moto.
After 20 years of interviewing the cultural elite, what goes through the mind of writer and critic Clive James?
That crack in the ceiling really needs some poly filler. I can't see me doing it. I'll just move the sofa.
Fortunately, the cultural elite have turned up to entertain Clive with some lively conversation.
Yeah, well, Clive, I did provoke him.
You think it can be done, it can be done.
Manchester is as great an achievement as Athens and Rome.
Clive James talking in the library, Friday at 8 on Arts World.
It's all about that extra mile now for the budding inventors and the big idea. Then at 10, go behind the scenes in more big ideas.
Mowing gel for lawns. For that closer mow.
Vodafone brings you the big idea.
For the past 6 months, the best new inventors in the land have been battling it out to get their hands on a massive 100 grand investment prize.
I'm very nervous. I've invested 25,000. 45, 50,000?
Well over $500,000. The only thing I've got left is my house.
The competition has been tough.
It's a radically new computer game interface. They seem to want Superman and Superwoman.
Gotta go with it.
The most useful innovation in leisure headwear design.
Our judges have been tougher.
You've sold well, but you've made no profit. Turnover is vanity, profit is sanity.
It clamps the rear frame and wheel.
It's just not a big idea.
No.
No.
It's got no credibility.
It's just not commercial.
And slowly they whittled down the field.
To say to every inventor on here,
I wouldn't say it to every inventor.
That's irrelevant, Craig.
Who's going to want it?
That's your opinion.
Okay,
I don't believe never.
Okay, we've got to move on to somebody. We are leaving it there. 6 inventors now remain. But only one of them can claim the title of the big idea.
Welcome to this, the live final of The Big Idea in association with Vodafone. In the next hour, one inventor will win £100,000 to invest in their big idea. You at home will be voting for the invention that you think deserves to win. And just by voting, you stand a chance of profit sharing in the winning idea. But before we meet our inventors, let me first introduce our judges. Hello again. First, we have Craig Johnston, the inventor of the best-selling Predator football boot. Then, there is super saleswoman Ruth Badger, who outsold everyone on The Apprentice. And finally, Lord Karen Billamoria, creator and managing director of Cobra Beer. Ladies and gentlemen, the judges! Now, for the past 6 months, they've been sifting through the hopefuls to pick out the very best ideas to champion here in the studio tonight. And let me tell you, it hasn't been easy.
Hundreds of inventors came to our regional heats to pitch their ideas to the judges.
Welcome. I've come here today to present Cloud9.
I got some golf balls, chucked them in the washing machine, and my washing came out cleaner. Yeah.
Oh, what's happened there? That wasn't supposed to happen.
Many of the ideas were, it's fair to say, less than impressive.
I'll be completely honest, for me it's one of the poorest ideas that I've seen.
No. Can't see it. I'm really sorry.
Fortunately, in amongst the half-baked nonsense were occasional glimpses of pure gold.
What a really clever idea.
The judges had to pick just 12 inventions to go through to the studio heats.
I think it's one of the best things I've seen that have walked through the door.
Absolutely brilliant. Yes.
Very, very definitely yes from me. This is a potential to win the programme. So it's definite through from me.
Where they faced the next hurdle, trial by this man, Dick Strawbridge. Only the very best survived Dick's road tests.
Not convinced at all.
Oh, it's a working prototype, but I'm not supposed to bleed.
And one by one, the inventions were voted off the show.
In the MOT for us, we would have believed you, but you're just saying it.
Until just 6 finalists remained.
Going through to the final is... Right then, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Please give it up for Julian Peck with his high-tech bike pump, the Cyclap, chosen by Ruth. Andrew Hubert von Stauffer with his snow scooter, the Ski Rider, chosen by Karen. Ian Davies with his electrical plug-removing invention, the Bandy, chosen by Craig. Phil Green with his DIY device, the plaster socket template, picked by Ruth. Des Morley is here with his universal snooker aid, the Flexi Rest. It was chosen by Karen. And we also have John Watling and his revolutionary cat basket, the Cat Napper, also chosen by Ruth. So, of the remaining inventions, Craig has 1, Karen has 2, and Ruth has 3. We've got some Ruth fans in the house. In a moment, each inventor will have just 30 seconds to pitch their invention live in an attempt to convince you that theirs is the big idea. But before we do that, we have one last finalist to introduce. This inventor has been voted back in by you at home. It's the inventor you felt deserved a second chance, our wild card entry.
36 inventors made it through to our studio heats, each one fighting for a place in the final.
I don't know, it's gimmicky to me. I just don't think it's a big idea.
You know what? You're the only person in this room, I reckon, that's sticking up now for a cause you're never going to win.
Well, let's put it this way, Craig. You're not the one holding the phones
Bottom
to make
line,
the vote.
Sadly, despite the blood, sweat and tears, only 6 got voted through to the final, which meant 30 others were left disappointed. But all was not lost. The great British public had a last chance to vote one lucky inventor back into the competition. The mentors all had their favourites.
Logos for school.
Potties with David Murray.
The foot and toe cleaner.
The safe shopper and the self-cleaning razor.
Leak alert.
The key freeze.
And the talking tooth friend timer.
But only one will make it to the final.
Richard, out of all the ideas we saw, this was the biggest that I saw.
Doing it differently and doing it better, and that's exactly what this does.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been voting for the past 6 weeks to bring back your favourite runner-up. The voting closed just days ago, and I can reveal to you now that our wildcard entry and 7th finalist is an inventor who was mentored by Craig Johnston. It is Paul Sheedy with his invention, the spinning straw. The spinning straw, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Richard, how are you?
Good evening, Paul.
Very nice to see you.
Yeah, great to be here.
I don't suppose you expected this when you were out. I guess you figured
The
you were
people know
gone.
best. We live in a democracy.
OK.
I'm sure you'll vote for me again tonight, yeah?
OK, let's see. Oh, by the way, what does it remind people very quickly what this thing does?
The spinning straw is an advertising thing for drinks companies and also for retailers where they, as you drink through the straw, it spins it up around. Great.
We got it. Thank you very much. So now, we have all 7 out of our finalists. The voting lines are now open. Dial 82224 and text A if you want Cyclair to win. B for ski rider. For bandy, text C. It's D for the plaster socket template. E for spinning straw. For flexi rest, text F. And it's G for catnapper to win. You can also vote online at www.thebigidea.tv, and just by voting you stand a chance of winning a profit share in the winning idea or a cash prize, so do get voting. The winning viewer will be announced in more Big Ideas on Sky 2 right after this show. OK, so there are our 7 finalists. There's our audience full of noisy supporters. And we also have one very special audience member, Dick Strawbridge, ladies and gentlemen. Dick, as our resident inventor, you personally road tested all of these inventions here tonight. Do you, Dick, have a favourite?
I do.
What is it?
I'm not going to tell you now, am I? What I've done, I've got an envelope and I've written down what I think is going to win tonight.
OK, so right at the end, when we've announced the winner, we'll see if you're right, whether or not you leave here with pride or having been made a fool of.
I've got 7 envelopes, actually.
All right, Dick Strawbridge, ladies and gentlemen. Dick Strawbridge. Now, it is time to see our inventors pitching for their very lives. For the past 6 weeks, all of our inventors have been working with their mentors to perfect both product and pitch. And our first inventor to step into the spotlight is Julian Peck with Cyclair and his mentor, Ruth Badger.
I'm pleased that SciPod got through. Ultimately, the product's there. A smaller, more lightweight, cheaper product with the same mechanism, which is the big idea.
To confirm that Cyclair is indeed better than anything in the shops, Ruth pops to her local bike emporium to have a quick pump.
So basically, once I've actually got it once, I don't physically need to get it again.
It's easier to use and it's quicker as well.
You would say that. Back to Badger HQ to work on the killer pitch.
You've got to engage the public. Now, to deliver to an audience is hard. To deliver to the nation is harder.
Bike pumps have been around for 100 years. And they've been substantially unchanged, and we have turned that on its head. Revolutionary. That is a big idea.
And that is actually a very, very good line to open it. You know, it is the revolutionary bicycle pump.
With the product and speech sorted, Julian works closely with Design Image on a new logo.
We have developed some different logo options. Also as well, we wanted very much to keep him in mind with, you know, your brand image from that product to develop that forward.
Spot on.
Out of the whole competition, you should vote for Julian because ultimately it means the most to him.
Where's that compliment? His fan base is here. Ladies and gentlemen, please, calm it down, calm it down. Julian Peck now has just 30 seconds to try and convince you that the Cyclair is the big idea, and his time starts now.
Cyclair is the pull cord system that powers this bike pump and this airbed pump. Winning the big idea today will mean that I can develop the SciPod, and this will be both the smallest and the fastest bike pump in the world. Cyclair isn't just one product, it's a technology for any pump, even water pumps. So remember, 1, the SciPod is a world-beating product in a huge world market, and 2, that the early Cyclair pumps you see here are the start of something really big.
That's it. All right.
Thank you.
Craig Johnston. Hang on, lads. Craig, is that the winning idea, the Cyclair?
No, it's not.
Why not?
It's not a revolution, Ruth. Specifically, pumps have been around for a long, long time because they work. OK, you said to us this was the fastest bike pump in the world. It's not. The one that's that big, it's 25 pounds, it's called a hand pump, is quicker. Right. OK, and one that is that
Craig,
big is just as quick.
You've got 5 seconds, Ruth.
The money will actually go to produce the smallest, fastest bicycle pump in the world.
You've spent £500,000 already
the big idea.
where you're at, and you need other 100
Julian, I'm sorry, we're live, we're in short time. Karen, you've got 2 words or 3, what?
It's a different way of using a bicycle pump, but there's so many other alternatives out there in the marketplace.
Okay, thank you.
This outperforms every one of them.
Thank you very much. Julian Pegg and Ruth Badger, ladies and gentlemen. To vote for your favourite inventor, dial 82224 and text A for Cyclair that you saw there, B for Ski Rider, C for Bandy, D for Plaster Socket Template, E for Spinning Straw, F for Flexi Rest and text G if you want Cat Napper to win. You can also vote online at www.thebigidea.tv. OK, so 1 inventor down, 6 more to go. Join us after the break to see the competition get a whole lot tougher as our remaining inventors go under the spotlight.
This needs to be something you must have. It's small, robust, and it's a big idea.
Waterfowl, language tapes, learn more hen in the morning. To talk like a mallard.
Vodafone brings you the big idea.
Mr. Mallard, he lives next.
Right. Each one of us was brought here for a reason.
Lost, tonight at 10 on Sky One and Sky One HD, with another chance to see it Wednesday at 10.
Hello, Moto.
Every day, Lexmark printers go to work for some of the world's most important companies. In fact, 75% of the world's top banks, retailers and pharmacies use Lexmark. And now that same performance can work in your home too with Lexmark's new all-in-one. It prints, copies, scans and faxes. And it's backed by a 1-year next business day replacement guarantee. For further information, visit lexmark.co.uk.
JB was born to rock. KG was meant to shine.
What's with the hat, dude?
When they came together,
I've had this birthmark since I was born.
it was destiny.
It's the name of our band, dude.
Jack Black, Kyle Gass, Tenacious D in the pick of destiny.
Mattison's Refrigerators brings out your carnivorous side.
2 succulent strips of chicken with buffalo barbecue sauce and ranch dressing in a toasted tortilla. The new KFC Buffalo Toasted Twister, just $2.89.
Everyone loves great comedy. Russell Brand is live on DVD.
My life is a series of embarrassing incidents.
The most exciting comedian of his generation.
Strung together by telling people about those embarrassing incidents.
Everyone loves Russell Brand live. So give the DVD to someone you love. Out now.
Wouldn't you like someone to help you when you've got a cold or flu? Lemsip quickly gets to work, using its max strength ingredients to help relieve your headache, fever and sore throat, and help to unblock your nose. All you need is Lemsip.
Try new Lemsip Soother, deliciously comforting relief in wild berry and hot orange flavour.
Thank Virgin, it's Christmas. Get Miami Vice on DVD with 4 free art cards exclusive to Virgin Megastores. Explosive action starring Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx. Miami Vice on DVD, available Monday with 4 free exclusive art cards. In-store and online at Virgin Megastores.
Montgomery on the first. Oh dear, dear, dear. Seen that look before? No, there's too many cameras out there today. That's wet. No, can he finish well? One of those days for Colin. Hello, what's this? A new foil pack? A fresher Kit Kat? Delicious. Monty, Monty, Monty.
Every time you wash with Ariel at 30 degrees, you'll be saving up to 40% of the energy you normally use. Ariel gives you brilliant results, even at low temperatures. So working together, we can save enough energy to light up to 1,000 villages. Ariel, for cleaning that's really bright.
This is one of their stations, the Dharma Initiative.
Where are my friends? Tell me where my friends are!
What the hell is going on here? Who's watching me? Who's watching me?
Vodafone brings you the big idea.
Hello there, welcome back to this, the live final of The Big Idea, where your votes will decide which of these inventors wins a 100 grand investment prize. And just by voting, you at home also stand a chance of profit sharing in that winning idea. So far, we've seen one inventor give their final pitch. Now it is time to see Andrew Hubert von Stauffer fly the flag. Here's his fans. Fly the flag for his invention, Ski Rider, with his mentor, Karen Villamoria.
Is it a snowboard? Is it a scooter? No, it's a Ski Rider.
The market size of snowboarding is now over $2 billion a year alone, and growing. Once you create a new market, and the Ski Rider can, the potential is billions of dollars of sales.
A really big market for this is become almost a sport in its own right, like snowboarding has become. To me, it's a young, cool snowboarding market.
Sounds great. Trouble is, cracking this lucrative market is easier said than done. If only Karen could pull a few strings with some major players in the sport.
We have arranged a meeting with the UK's leading snow sports specialist, Snow and Rock.
Well, we've been trying to get a lead into them. So you've done it for us, thank you.
Okay.
So off they went, Ski Rider in hand and hearts in mouths, to meet up with the head of the UK's leading winter sports retailer.
From Snow and Rock's perspective, I think the rental market will be phenomenal. Yes. Because it is something very, very different. This is the sort of piece of equipment that people generally like to try before they can actually buy.
Good idea. If only Karen could use his influence to get Olympic snowboarding champs Dan Wakeham and Paddy Graham to give it a go. Oh, he can!
If they had one in a resort, I'd be well up for using it.
Oh, look at that, he's hopping.
Europe and Japan is the way to go with it.
Brilliant. So globally good potential.
I think globally it could be huge, yeah. Fantastic.
That's an absolute pleasure. Thank you. Not now! Although that did go well, but ladies and gentlemen, Andrew now has just 30 seconds to try and convince you that the Ski Rider is the big idea. And his time starts now.
The winter sports market is huge. If we just make 1% penetration of the winter sports market, we will actually sell 50,000 ski riders per annum. It is intuitive to use. It is easy on the joints. It is the new shape on the slopes. Experts can do tricks on it that have never been done before. And if you vote for Ski Rider, you are voting for a really big idea and a new thing to be seen on the slope so you can all enjoy the winter snow.
Oh, you've got some rabble here. Ruth, indeed. Ruth, has he convinced you that this is the big idea?
Unfortunately, it hasn't. I actually think that there's other products on the market that aren't that dissimilar, and I would have actually liked to see a novice take to the
All right, Craig Johnson, go.
I'm a snowboarder. There's no way in the world that's nearly as much fun as a snowboard, and it's extremely dangerous.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
Whistler has
Whistler has put it through every single test imaginable. If it goes in Whistler, go in worldwide. And as for
this is a product that is a product that's going to win. This is a product that's a winner to change the marketplace.
And there were beginners on the video.
Andrew, thank you very much. We will see you later on. Andrew von Stauffer, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. OK, our next finalist beating the drum for their invention is Ian Davies and Bandy, aided by his mentor, Craig Johnston.
Somewhere above London, Craig met up with Ian Davies to plan Bandy's world domination.
I'm absolutely delighted that Ian and his invention has got through to the final, because something so small is so meaningful to everybody. 20 million households, that's 600 million plugs.
OK, so no doubt about the size of the market, but Craig still had some concerns.
Products have to have a personality, and when you came in with Bandy, I thought it was a kid's toy like Bambi.
Well, my thought was, it's Andy with a bandy, and it forms a band around the plug.
It actually doesn't explain what it does and why.
So to inject a bit of personality, Craig called in Start Creative, the brains behind the Virgin and Royal Mail ad campaigns, to give Bandy a radical rebrand, starting with that name.
It's got to be something to do with grip or ease or safe.
This needs to be something you must have. It's going to make your life easier. What's the look? What does it need to look like?
From a style-wise point of view, it looks a little bit dated.
Oh, I take it you're happy?
Over the moon.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Davies now has just 30 seconds to try and convince you that the Bandy is the big idea, and his time starts now.
Bandy has been renamed GripSafe. Makes your plugs easier to pull out. You can identify everything. Everyone's got a problem with plugs. You get a 6-way socket, a 4-way socket with your computer. Which one's which? 4 billion plugs in the UK. That's a market for 4 billion that we could sell. And if we go abroad, God knows how many we could sell. But this is aimed at everyone, young, old, everyone. This will make a difference, especially for the elderly.
That's it. Well, Ruth Badger, bet you wish that was your invention.
I actually think, Craig, you've lost the plot, because what you've done is you've taken a good invention which is there to enable disabled and elderly to get a plug out easier, and you've just put colour to it. For me, that is not the big idea, and you've lost the plot when you've come to the invention.
Karen.
This is a nice idea, but you need to sell billions and billions to such a low-cost item. It's very difficult to make this commercial. And
first of all,
hygienically as well, it could gather lots of dust within, you know, those...
Point taken, Karen.
Please,
First of all, Craig, you've ruined it, apparently.
Please.
You've ruined it.
Yeah, I'm sure I have. Sure I have.
But
It's
you've
had all
turned
the
it into a
safety
colour
testing,
band.
and this is aimed at everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered about the money. I don't care how cheap I sell it. As long as people get it, that's all that matters to me.
You pitched it to us as an aid for the disabled.
Yes, for the elderly disabled. I want them to get it. If I make money, I'll be giving them.
What about them silly colours?
Listen,
This is
Ruth,
colour
he
coding.
said he's giving them away to the elderly, always has been.
No,
By the way, in the scheme of all the inventions, it's
Not
the
the
least
big
expensive, right? It's got the biggest market.
We have to wrap it up, Craig. I'm sorry, we've got those points.
Not
We've
the
heard
big
them.
idea.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Davies and the Bandy, now renamed the GripMate. So, rowdy in here. OK, it's time for our fourth inventor to try and convince us that their invention is the big idea. This time, it's Phil Green with his invention, the plaster socket template, and his mentor is Ruth Badger.
I'm absolutely ecstatic that the plaster socket could have got through. Number one, it is a big idea. Number two, it is a new idea.
So to help this big new idea win the contest, Ruth called in Design Image, who are, in her words,
the best creative company in the country.
Sounds great, but what have they got to do?
For Plaster Socket, we need to do a rebrand of the product. We need to make it not only appeal to the trade, but also public, because I can see an angle there. The biggest problem I've got at the moment is the name. What do you currently call it?
It's a socket template.
Not exactly the most headline-grabbing name.
Stud fix. Something like that.
That's catchy. That is very good.
Whilst the best creative company in the country get, well, creative, Ruth starts work on Phil's pitch.
Both here today, but I want you to present. Hands in pockets, relaxed, you know. No, not if you want 100 grand, not if you want to win the big idea. So, use your body language, use your product. Don't talk with your hands empty. Be strong in what you're saying. And ultimately, open on a strong stance.